All right, hello, hello, and welcome. I didn't even have my cam on. I'm like, God, I'm so behind. I was like, we're already sitting here having a conversation as usual. The conversation starts before we get on air. So, if you would like a free reading tonight, let me just say real quick, come over into our live chat room on Google Hangouts. The links are posted, and I meant to post it over here as well in the chat room for the YouTube chat so that you guys can come in over here, or I can try and pay attention to anyone that comes into the YouTube um, chat room. Let me get over here real quick and mute that so I don't hear myself twice. But in any case, you guys will have the link there in YouTube. Let me go ahead and get that posted over there, and it's of course posted on our Facebook pages. You do need to be in one of our chat rooms in order to receive a free reading tonight from myself and or Miss Belle. So anyway, welcome, Miss Belle. How are you doing tonight?
Good. I'm doing good. And
Good,
I have to
good.
say, for those folks who are waiting for the Bella Spring magazine, it has not been released yet. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'll get it
Oh.
done. This has been
What?
crazy. The energy for this month, March and April, has been
Mm,
like so lackadaisical. I'll get to it when I get to it kind of feeling. You felt that?
really? Um, Uh, I have been recovering from, jet lag and all that traveling and things and spending time with the kids it's like every other day though. I'm like rushing to get things done. And then the next day I'm like so exhausted. I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. It's because, and I think it's probably because the every other day I have readings or, I've
Yeah.
got some appointment or, I'm doing something. And then the other days it's more relaxed. But what's really weird is the readings I'm doing. It's like some of the people they're really either really like like you're saying really relaxed and not all worried
Tense.
about it,
Yeah.
or they're freaking out. Because they're just the energy, and they read so much, and so many of them tell me, oh, I read that they said that this month the energies are just going to be crazy, and if you're someone who's aware that that you'll be okay, and but if you're someone who's got some issues still, you'll be freaking out, and I'm like that, but that happens all the time. That's the energy play all the time. And it's like really more of an awareness now of what we're doing and how time is flying. And the older you get, I got to tell you, your perception changes on what time is. What it is that you need to get done, what you don't need to get done. I can tell you, when I was younger, I was OCD cleaner. I mean, you could walk in my house and do the glove test, and it'd be clean. Today, I'm more relaxed about it. I'm just, I'm more about it. But I think that happens, because we go through stages
Yeah.
in life. It's not that the energies are any different today than they were 20 years ago. It's the conversation that's different, and just but the maintain, the things that are happening all the time. Those things stay the same. It's like we're all just things done and trying, but time is like speeding up. I think, and I used to think it was because, we got the whole calendar thing wrong. The Mayans were right. We have periods of a slow time, periods of a, accelerated time. Um, it's just like, I feel like it's been like this every lifetime. It's like, what's really going on?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's my
we
take on it, though.
we have
I'm not freaking out.
work to do. And if most folks are like me, we're procrastinators. We are going to procrastinate to the last minute to get something done. And so that sort of explains what's going on. I'm moving my screen back a little bit. That sort of explains what's going on in regards to the energies, is that we're told to, get off your duff and get it done, get your work done,
Get her done.
because we are, the feeling that I get is we're down to the wire, where, the energies are shifting, and we either poopy or get off the pot. Not literally pot, guys, but.
Well, that's all the time for me in my world. I mean, when I heard the expression "get her done," I was like, "Well, that's
Yeah,
my new motto," because that's
get
just
her
who
done.
I was before I heard the
Yeah.
motto, or
Eileen
before I
says
heard the
time is
expression.
flying by.
Yeah,
Eileen says time is flying by. It is, and you're so right. And we no longer have time to get to it later, or what's the word? Get around to it.
get around to it. Yeah, we
To
got a couple of those for sale too.
yeah, yeah. So and it's truly, it's time to get your work done. And uh, and a lot of people will say to me, "But Belle, I've done my work." Really? So now spirit shares where there is a lot of core issues that we might think that we've touched on something on the surface, but we haven't gotten to the root of the matter, and that's what we're being asked to do, is to get into the core issue and truly, you know, um, release and let go.
I think the biggest problem people have with that release and let go thing is that they think they have to forget everything that has happened to them
Mm-mm.
in order to forgive it. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, it starts with just, starting to say you forgive it. I mean, just you forgive yourself because you agreed to come into this lifetime. You agreed, to go through all those experiences, even though they're horrific. But that's just the planet. That's the time. That's the times. Every lifetime, there's always been some kind of a horrific event happening. I mean, how many lifetimes do you know where you were the queen and ruled everything? Besides Miss Bell for this one. But you know what I mean? It's like we
That
always
came
have
later
these
in life.
lifetimes. But we have these lifetimes though that we remember that it's just been like really like one thing after the other. But people got to remember that that's the planet you're going into. It's not that you're just coming into a lifetime. It's like when you get married, you're not just marrying your spouse, you're marrying the family.
Yeah,
And so when you come into a
you're marrying your whole
lifetime,
energy
you're
too.
well, heck yeah.
Mhm.
But when you come into this lifetime, it's not just your lifetime, it's you're coming into an energy of lifetime already. And so those are the things you're dealing with. That's why I tell everybody I like to come here because we get to eat, drink, smoke, and have sex. And we don't always get to do that in other existences, other being shapes and stuff. Think about it. So it's
And
fun.
causes
We
that
so that's why we
vision
agree.
of the movie Cocoon with
Uh
Steve
huh.
Gutenberg and the alien female, and they had sex, but they never touched each other. And it was like, I
It's a mind
wondered if
thing,
that's
yeah,
what we were doing.
energetic.
You
Yeah,
know.
and it's all energy,
Hmm.
everything. I mean, the scientists have got it down pretty much, to cells and molecules and proteins and amino acid and DNA and all this other stuff. They always talk about how involved in all of these is also the presence of what they want to call sometimes gravity or levity, and
Hmm.
but it's all energy. And it's what are the energy, what's that energy doing? That energy is how it talks to each other. So I'm going to go off onto the whole scientific thing of it all because they've got that, but now it's like the energy. All right, let's talk about that energy. Where is that coming from? What's that about? Who can see it? Who in the room right now right now can see energy? Anyone? I can.
I
No.
do. Yeah.
See,
It's
Bell
it's
can,
it's
but
like
not everybody can because we're
yeah,
not taught.
it's like a wave. It's
That's
like
the energy.
uh, it goes like this. It's like a wave, and then when energy is disturbed, it becomes a crosshatch.
It
And
can
it's like
change. It goes into
yeah,
protection mode when because
yeah.
it feels the environmental intrusion. you know, it's all the stuff that's around us. It's like, and then we go into protect. Let's face it. We're either growing or we're protecting. And so when you feel that attack, then of course you're gonna take that in and whew. Interacting though with the energy is the amazing part. That's how we're able to do all kind of energy work. Even as far as doing readings and in my mind's eye, that's how I've always seen it, was energy around the person. And I didn't know it was called the aura. I didn't know it was called a chakra. I didn't know. I just knew I could see it, and it, was something that I would ask other people if they were seeing. And of
Mhm.
course, no, they would thought I was just crazy.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
But it's an interaction. The energies interact. And so
Yeah.
it's, understanding that energy play is key for us.
Hi, Mark.
Hell, I was going to say hello. We got someone in the room that just came in. Hello, Mr. Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been a crazy week, though, that's for sure. People freaking out or just like chill.
And we're dealing with a new moon forthcoming, and then we also have Mercury retrograde making its ugly hit appearance again. And but I don't like to look at the Mercury retrograde as a bad thing. Not anymore. You know, it's an opportunity to release. So if
Yeah.
there's things that you really do want to work on letting go, Mercury retrograde is the perfect time to do that. Don't start any new projects, or definitely don't sign any contracts, but definitely use this time to clear, cleanse, and release.
There you go. I always see that it's, depending on what it's retro on or up
Yeah,
against,
I
as to
think it's.
whether or not it's been a
Let me double check. I
positive
think
experience.
Aries has something to do with the with the. Let me pull that up, and I can tell you because I just finished working on that particular article for this month. Da, 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 da. According to Sharita Sharita Starr, she does our lunarscopes. So her focus is on the full moon and the new moon every month. And open this program or open her article up for the month of April. Do, 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 do. There we go. She says the new moon in Aries is on the 7th of April. The waxing phases favor actions that involve getting excited about planting anew and moving forward as energy increases throughout the first half of the zodiac pie until the next full moon, September in Scorpio, the 22nd of April. With the current cycle of Sagittarius Scorpio Mars retrograde in motion from the 17th of April to the 29th of June, there is a cautionary error over all actions we intentionally make for ultimate future success. That deals with the new moon. But when we
All
enter
right,
into
so I
Mhm.
know I just got told in the YouTube chat room that they can't hear everything you're saying. So if everyone could please mute your mics if you're not speaking. I can mute them for you if you can't figure it out, but if you just go to your picture and that little arrow that's coming down, click on that and it'll come up mute. Or you can go up to the microphone at the top of the screen and then hit mute mic. And then, of course, when we start doing the readings, we'll call you back on and
Yes.
most definitely. But otherwise, thank you very much. And only because, the mics go to whatever's being the loudest, and so background noise. And so thank you in the chat room over there on YouTube for letting us know.
Yeah.
So go ahead and please read that again.
Yeah, so let me repeat that. This is from Sharita Starr with her lunarscopes for the month of April. And she says waxing phases favor actions that involve getting excited about planting anew and moving forward. As energy increases throughout one half, which is the first half of your zodiac pie, until the next full moon in Scorpio on the 22nd of April. With the current cycle of Sagittarius, Scorpio, Mars retrograde in motion from the 17th of April until the 29th of June, there is a cautionary air over all actions we intentionally make for ultimate future success. Now, on that same token, we want to look at the full moon because the whole month involves a new moon and a full moon. So, looking at the full moon, it says waxing phases favor that we allow ourselves to slow down, let go, review, redo, and heal energetically throughout the last half of the zodiac pie until the May's new moon on the 6th. This wanting phase aligns in a triple layer of reflection request from the Mars retrograde on the 17th of April until the 29th of June, along with Mercury retrograde that transits on the 28th of April through the 22nd of May. So we have, a couple of retrogrades taking place. We have Mars and we also have the Mercury. And they both seem to carry that same message of renew and release. It's about looking at the potential growth that you face, um, and it's also encouraging you to let go of what no longer is necessary.
Right.
So with that in mind, so a lot of folks are dealing with relationships that are just not fulfilling any longer, and that's a clue to get rid of that. I shouldn't say that. That's a clue that you need to revisit that relationship. Is there something that needs to change within you, or maybe it's time to move forward?
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing. Is
That's
definitely has been affecting relationships.
mhm.
And then
Communication has been another issue.
I just wanted to say real quick. There's a Rick in the YouTube chat room that wanted to say hello, Miss Belle.
Hi, Rick. How are you, babes?
I'll let you know if he responds back. There's a little bit of a delay actually going into it, so go ahead.
hmm So, but yeah, this time frame, April and May, the energies are very quick and very fast. Everything's happening just like this, just fast, fast, fast. And so too does that apply to the changes that we desire to make. And so if you're entering a place where you're saying, you know what, I'm just not happy in my job anymore, you will find that making that decision and choosing to make that change actually happens very quickly. So we know that we're in that period where manifestation works almost immediately. Okay. And so it's just a matter of learning how to um, make up your mind and make it happen.
And I know that a lot of people have told me when I've told them that during our counseling or whatever it may be that we're doing in the moment. But it's easier said than done to just walk
Mhm.
away. And they think that that if it's just something that's going to happen, it's just going to happen, and they're going to let things play out. And I have to tell you, I'll be talking to 2 years, 3 years later down the road, and I'm still hearing the same stories. It's the same situation. Things didn't improve. They didn't get better.
Because they
And
didn't make that decision to change. They didn't make that change. It's like
right.
what's the old saying that some people tend to do the same thing over and over again and want a different result.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes all
insanity.
it takes is just a little minor tweak
Hmm.
in how you're doing things that will bring about all the change that you are looking for.
Right. The little tweaks. That's what the hardest thing is. But they make the biggest steps. And people think that, and again, I know we both differ when it comes to our talking about lessons or whatever, but it makes the biggest difference in the way that they continue, the way that they operate in relationships. Because a lot of people feel like, they have to, remain loyal. They have to, because and of course there's situations that warrant such an act of, some say stupidity, others call it, burden. Others call it, the life mate,
Stubborn.
soulmate. You have to go there. But yeah, and so, oh, definitely, definitely. I just want to, I just want to tell them so bad, just do it. I tried to, make things better. I tried to fix someone. Every time I'm in a relationship, I wanted to make them better.
Fix them. Yeah.
But yeah, but we can't. You can't fix anyone, and it's not that you can't be supportive and compassionate. But I mean, I here I am, 17 years divorced now, and I can tell you that person is still just as miserable today as he was when I divorced him. I'm not.
So it wasn't your fault.
No, heck no, no. I try to keep my marriage, even though he cheated on me and got another woman pregnant. I still trying to keep him. Yeah, until it was just like, got to be too much, and then I was like, okay, fine,
Yeah.
I'm
Time
gonna
to
have to let it
grow.
go. It took me a good 6 months.
Hmm.
So but yeah, I mean, so it's not like it's gonna make that decision and it's gonna happen tomorrow, especially if you
Hmm.
have children involved and things to separate. I mean, especially the legality of it all. And so even an amicable situation has its challenges.
Yeah.
So don't worry about what's going to happen. Just worry about how you're going to deal with today. What are you doing to make it better today? Even if you can't just walk out and leave that person tomorrow. What are you doing today then? And so
To
you're
bring
gonna it's
yourself closer to your goal.
because you got to start changing the dynamics of your energy play, how you're speaking to that person, how you're handling that person, because whatever is going on energetically with you right now is going to be reflective of what you're going to carry out of that relationship. That we carry our baggage slogan. It's true. We carry, and we'll just carry that into the next relationship. And so it's best to deal with it, and get it all taken care of, and you know, carry it on.
What keeps us
Otherwise,
stuck? What keeps us
hmm
stuck in the same situations over and over again?
hmm exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're just going to repeat the same
Fear.
thing. It doesn't matter if you're with that person or someone else.
Hmm. It's fear.
Mm,
It's fear of the unknown.
you know.
Hmm.
So no fear, no hesitation. Just and deal with it one moment at a time, one emotion at a time. Because oh my God, we're such emotional people. And I don't know why, but I keep, I want to jump in on Eileen for some reason. I mean, it's like, because I feel like everything we're saying that this woman knows, but then she's not implementing that in her world. There's some aspect of her world that she still feels out of control about. Is it the relationship um, area for you, Miss Eileen? There.
So let's take questions.
Yeah.
Let's bring Eileen on. Let's talk, Eileen. Bring your question, darling. Just knows that definition. No, but Eileen, do you also give sessions? Do you also give counseling? Because I keep picking that up about her, that she's really good. If she's not doing this professionally, she's really good at people or friends coming to her for advice.
Well, that's just it, though. She's really good at sharing with other people, but it's living it. What if she? I mean, there's just aspects of her world that she wants to improve on. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I mean,
Hmm.
and I mean big improvements for for the things that she's asking for.
Yeah.
I don't know if she wants to come on or not, but she's saying that been there, done that. Oh no, just share wisdom with my friends. And then she says, "Oh, you are so right, girl." Are you saying that to Miss Bell? Or yes, my business is flourishing and prosperous, and then yes. So you're good at relationship, business,
Hmm.
no issue, no issues,
Yeah.
completely fulfilled.
No relationship. All right.
Well, and that's where
But you know what, Eileen? I don't get the feeling that you're in a big hurry to be in a relationship, and I feel like exactly what I was going to say. I felt like you had to take some time out to get to know who you are, to determine what it is you were looking for in yourself, much less in a partner. And but I feel like that you've done the work, and I feel as though, not that I find you going out looking for love, but love does find you. It's like it's what's that phrase that I like to use a lot? It's organic. In other words, nobody's going to hook you up. It's something that you both cross paths together.
she hasn't found that.
No, no, it hasn't come yet, but it's this is what I'm saying. Now,
Hmm
is there something that's coming up in May that is either significant to you? Um,
She's on a dating. I'm sorry, Bill. She's on a dating site. Get off of the dating sites.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
it works for some people, and that's great. But
I'm
in this
sorry.
day and time, I
Leave it
think
alone.
I'd be a little scared of who I might attract.
Yeah. And it's not who you attract, it's who's just baiting the who's throwing their bait out there and you're going to pick up. They're waiting for someone. They don't care who picks it up. Someone pick it up. I'm throwing it out there. Someone pick it up.
So what's going on in May, Eileen? Because I feel like there's something that's really significant that's coming up for you in May. Um, and I don't know if this has to do with business or if this has to do with something on a personal level, but May really seems to stand out as being quite significant to you. I want to make a decision about retirement and where to move. May doesn't seem to be that imperative of a turning point, but it could be. I think it could be because just because it's coming up for me very strongly that May is significant. And Spirit's also telling me that we want you actually looking into your own circle in order to find that connection that you're looking for. My brother wants me to give him an answer about purchasing his home, and I just don't think Arizona is where I should move. I need water. Amen, sister. You know, Arizona at one time became a very popular place to, especially for metaphysical people, to go to because of the energy that that you can find in Arizona. And I've heard the jokes about Arizona will be oceanfront property sometimes, at some point, but um, probably not in our lifetimes. Um, I'm just not sure. I don't think this has to do with a move. And but I'm more inclined to say this has something to do with business or with you personally, but not with a move taking place. So I don't think you're going to be choosing to purchase your brother's home.
What's funny, Miss Bell, too, is there's someone in the YouTube chat room that's connecting with some of the stuff you're saying.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah.
Even if your circle is small regarding your business, um, we're not referring to your business circle. We're talking about your full circle. That's where I feel that you need to be looking for that connection. Okay. If you wish for it to remain small. Okay. So I'm telling you, I'm sorry. It just keeps coming up. May is going to prove to be significant. And I think that has to do around your business. So maybe there's going to be a growth opportunity there that is connecting with your business that actually opens doors for a larger circle. So that's how we'll leave it. I hope that makes sense. What do you get, Solana?
Um, well, I just wanted to talk to her really about, everyone thinks that, especially when it comes to this relationship things, it's so freaking baffling, okay? Because we all know, and we talk to the men that we talk to that then or say that they know, or the women that we talk to that say that they know, that they get it. It's still the same game. It's still the
Hmm.
same interaction that we have. If you're a single woman, you're gonna just keep getting the same thing over and over and over again. That's why I don't even date. I don't even freaking go out to bars or even think about, worry about, wonder about Mr. Where am I? Because we spend a lifetime because we're taught we have to that we have to have these things. And, it's like, wait a minute, we have to really sit back and evaluate. Because I don't know about you, Eileen, but I feel it. You're happier without that responsibility. It's like, you wouldn't get half the stuff you get done if you were with a man. You would become about them. You know what I mean? So,
Well, you know what though,
but
I'm also
oh, I was going to say, but at the same time, it's just that feeling that we're left with when we're told that we're supposed to have, and we don't end up having, and it just makes us, feel like we've got this black hole. And then we've got this left out, missing link in our life. They were missing something actually. But I got to tell you, no, you're not. Ain't missing nothing. Uh,
No, you
it's not
have to
gonna.
be able to you have to be able to be complete within yourself.
Well, and she is. No, it's not about being
Well,
complete. We're
I believe
totally
she
complete.
is.
No, we're
Yeah,
totally complete. It's about really not completely wanting to put up with the bullshit.
and
Because
spirit
most of the
is
people don't have
yeah,
their
spirit said
shit
take
together.
command.
Yeah. So let it go. Don't worry about it. Talk about being time to, let go of that, just even that little bit of a black, just feels like a tiny little black hole in your wants there. Just, start filling it up. And it's in that orange chakra. The orange chakra is where our relationships and our goals and desires are melded and nourished or not. So just fill in and just see that orange, filling it up bright, and just take that away, take that yearning away, because that's what propels you into what's the word? Euphoria. Your Risha propels you because you're no longer being held back by that lower thought,
Hmm.
right? So you're saying yes, amen, so true. Okay, that's the lesson I learned this past year. Good, good. See? Yep, you are within yourself. Yes, it's not about that. And yes, you do not want to put up with the bullshit. That's it. Off the dating site. Thank you.
Good
All
for
right.
you. Good for you. Because you don't need it, Eileen. You
Mm-mm.
do not need it. You're
No.
going to actually be meeting someone a lot more organic, and
Yeah.
but it makes you feel like it's within your circle. Okay, so and again, that doesn't mean that you're restricted to just those people that you know right now in your circle. But what they're showing me is by May that that it's going to be, I don't know, maybe it's an introduction from someone in your circle to someone who, joins your circle. You just never know.
And it can also be when after we make a decision on something, it may seem like an insignificant decision as far as buying the house in Arizona. But
Hmm.
really, once you make that decision not to, because that's not where you want to be, well, then you're actually interacting with your energy play on a more balanced, even field, and not jumping, and actually paying attention to your inner aura and feeling it. And so that can propel you then, since you're making that decision for your energy to go, okay, we're not thinking
Exactly.
about that no more. So, blah.
Once you make a decision, that's when the energy starts to flow.
Yeah,
So making that decision opens whole new doors.
exactly. And yes, my guides are so strong. As long as I slow down and
Slow
listen.
down
Well,
and
just
listen.
listen.
Yeah.
Definitely listen. You can be smelling the roses while you listen. Definitely. Which is
Good luck to
important.
you, Eileen, because I think that
Yeah,
May is going to be very significant for you.
you're welcome. And then we got Pam over here. Hello, Pam. In the YouTube chat with Brian and Mr. Rick. Now, Rick is over here saying that something about an experience. I don't know. Are you still in this chat room, Rick? Because now it just says one person watching, and that could be um, someone else. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about this story unless Rick is here to elaborate because holy crap, what the heck? I'll tell you about it. I'll, re- I'll read it to you after
Oh,
the show.
he, he, he just messaged me on Facebook.
Okay. I'm just like,
uh,
yeah, well, he's not in the room to validate or confirm. So next time, that's the important part about being in the room with us. Because you're right there. We can validate, we can confirm. I mean, I have people that leave me messages all the time. And I always think that I should just do a show one day reading those messages. But then it's like if the interaction isn't as good because you don't have the validate, the confirmation right away there, right, to keep things flowing. And because the more confirmation and validation we have, the more information keeps coming through.
yeah.
So, all right. So, and Mark, yeah, the chat thing is fun once you figure it out.
Uh, hey, Mark, did you have a question, Mark? If you did, you can unmute your mic. Wonderful. Hit unmute if you know how to do that. I don't know how to tell people to do that, Solana. I'm
It's
still
right,
new at this too.
right there on their picture or up at the top when you move
There
your
we go.
mouse. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. You're unmuted.
Hey,
Hello, Mark.
Mark.
Hmm? I don't hear you. You're unmuted. I hear myself.
Yeah, do you have the mic?
Is everything plugged in right? Sometimes, I tell you, I think for the longest time it's me. It's like I had my computer, my speakers, everything over by my altar all set up, and for the longest time it would not let me use my speakers. I had to move my whole setup over to the other side of the room for everything to work properly. My altar didn't like it.
All right, sweetie. So what was your question, honey? He says he's just using chat because I guess he can't get his mic to work.
Okay. So, do you have a question? Okay.
Where does 3 weeks fall into play with that? He says he's waiting on his new job to start, and I get 3 weeks time. So was this is spirit telling me that it's going to take place in about 3 weeks?
He's like, oh heck no, I gotta pay rent.
I know, right? Well, it's
I'm
and
just
they're
kidding.
also making me feel like this had to do with a lot of red tape involved in this job. Have a job with the college lined up. Wonderful. Congratulations. Yeah, and it's just basically official red tape and not, hang up red tape. It's just that, they have certain bylaws that they have to follow, paperwork and what did they call those things? Background checks and so on and so forth. But you have nothing to worry about there. So maybe that's what the 3 weeks is coming in with, that it's going to be about a 3 week time frame for the job to actually start. And I feel like you're sitting here with like, oh my God, I can't believe I got this job. Like he is so excited or so beside himself that I can't believe I got the job. hmm And Spirit says, why not you? Because it's exactly what you manifested. In other words, it's what you've always wanted to do. And now you're going to have that opportunity to do it.
Says yes, yes. Hey. I tell you.
Yeah. Is I don't, I'm not sure, Mark, that this is, I know it's difficult, isn't it? I hate to wait. I want it and I want it today. Um, is this a teaching capacity? Because I'm just not real sure that um,
No, I see him in a
that's what I'm
uniform.
getting from
Just,
this. But it's something. It's actually.
I,
I hate to
I was gonna say
go
I
into
saw him
more.
in a
Okay,
uniform. I saw him in
I
a
was going to ask if it
janitorial,
was janitorial.
but
Yeah,
I see
because
smoke all around him. He's got like this gray, smoky energy.
mhm.
Um, I'm trying to look at it. I'm sorry, but I saw him standing there in a janitor. So I see you standing there in that outfit. So definitely looks like you get that job. Just trying to clear up your energy. It's just a low. You've been through a lot. There you go, state job with benefits. And I don't mean just with employment here, Mark. I mean, are you a vet? I feel war around you. I feel some kind
Of
of
sort, a battle of
military,
sorts. Yeah.
some kind of military around him. But it's left impressions. It's left this gray, smoky battle zone. Now, and it could even be a neighborhood, dude. Could still be a battleground, right? Um, so I'm just trying to fluff you up. Rough childhood, yeah. I'm just trying to fluff you. It just seems very militant, so it might be, just that physical, um, hardship, right? So I'm just fluffing you up. clearing up your energy, really just, trying to just clear it up for you. Just move it away, move it away, move it away, move it away.
Yeah, I've got
Um,
one word for that. It's stinking thinking.
mm,
Okay, two words.
right.
But
Yes.
it's stinking thinking. It's you know, sometimes it's so easy for us to get caught up in or they're not going to want me, or and it's that negative thinking. It's that not feeling good enough. And what I really want you to be able to do, Mark, is to state that you are every bit good enough and deserving of this wonderful job with the state that comes with the fabulous benefits and not so bad pay either.
And life, Mark, that you deserve to be in this life.
Yes.
Okay? This
Yeah.
life.
You've
And
been
to
through a period
flourish.
of poopy
Mm.
face for the last 8, 9 months, I believe, and we'd like to be able to heal that. Um, and when I say poopy face, I'm my guides do not like depression. They don't like that word because it sounds so depressing.
Right.
So they choose to refer to it as poopy face
Oh, wow.
because when we say it, you can't help but smile.
Right.
Because it immediately when we smile or when we laugh, it lifts the mood or lifts the energy.
Mhm.
Um, but you, for 8, 9 months, you've been a little poopy faced, and you tend to bubble float, and I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's kind of like you're a bubble, and you have your downs, and then you reach up and you've got your highs, and you're floating above the world, and then you're coming back down. It's like you're bouncing, and so what we need you to do is to be able to find that balance between the two, because we don't want everything to be all happy, happy, joy, joy, nor do we want, yeah, the roller coaster, nor do we want everything being bad, but we need both. And so we know the job is yours. And I'm going to say it's going to be roughly in about 3 weeks' time, if not sooner.
Then
So I hope that makes sense for you.
I would like to have him go over to this site right here, psychicsolana.com media page. There's 5 videos that are listed down the bottom, and they really just walk you through how to connect to your energy system. And, just keeps you all fluffed up and keep you balanced, like Belle's talking about. It's that balance we seek in everything. And so
Yeah.
it keeps you balanced, when you understand the energy play. It's just easier to get through your day and not take everything so personal and inward, and because that's how you're taught. That's what we've been going through. You're being in
Yeah.
survival mode, and so it's time to get out of that survival mode and get into living mode. And the only way for us to do it, for me, if is to work with the energy. You have to work with your chakras, your energy system, understand the energy play, because everything is energy and everything is connected. And that's the key.
Mark, I'm going on tour the first 3 weeks of May, and we'll be in New York, and we'll have to connect while I'm up there, and I'll do a chakra clearing for you to kind of help um, clean up some of the energy flow that's going on around you. So if you're um, not working by then and have some free time, let's connect while I'm up there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be in Oswego for more than a day's time or if I'm not going to go to Oswego at all. But we're still working on the landing points of where I'm going to be on tour. So I'll keep you posted on Facebook.
That would be awesome. I so wish I could go see Miss Belle in person.
Oh,
I don't live that far. I live south, the other way.
yeah, you're
Um,
further south than I.
yeah, but we're going to be praying for you, Mark. Definitely sending you some
Yeah,
energy,
yeah.
boosting
Things
you
are
up,
so much, yeah,
fluffing you up.
things are so much better for you than they have been. And yeah, we did miss each other last year, but things are so much better for you than what they have been. And I have to say, Kim has really been blossoming in her energy and in her experiences. So much blossoming taking place with her, and I am so proud. And I hope that you'll give her a hug for me and tell her I love her, as I do you. I'll give you yours and hers in person, I hope.
That'd be awesome. Virtual hug right now, because now I'm gonna get that one virtual. Okay. We also got Miss Pam in the other chat room, and Brian's wanting to know if he can ask a question without him being over in that chat room. And
Sure.
yeah, so I'm asking him if he does have a question. Just an energy reading. That's what he said. Just an energy reading. So his name is Brian. And thank you, Mark. You're welcome.
You're welcome, doll.
I'm looking over here at this. And we got Tammy and Sadie in the room as well. And if you guys have a question, Sandy, not Sadie. Sorry, my bad.
I was like, Sadie.
I know, right? Where's Sadie?
Um, yeah, let me. I'm focusing in on Brian. You know what I keep getting with you, Brian, is this push me, pull you energy. And the answer I have to give to you is sometimes you need to just get out of your own way. I hope that makes sense.
Well, I'll tell you that he said there's a little bit delay, so while he hears that, he was saying he's the one that was in the other chat room saying that May was big for him.
Hmm.
He's going to be moving business wise, so he was taking what you were giving to Eileen.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes it fits both. Sometimes it
Mm-hmm.
fits, if it resonates, accept it.
Exactly.
Okay.
For anybody and everybody listening, that's true.
Yeah. So there's got to be some sort of confusion taking place, or like Spirit said, the need for you to get out of your own way. And I don't think it has anything to do with sabotage, because I know a lot of folks that can sabotage their successes. This isn't the case with you, Brian. Um, but it's almost like everything is shifting so quickly that you're almost doubtful. Does that make sense, Solana, the way I'm saying it? It's
Mm-hmm.
like the feeling is, oh my God, this is too good to be true. So I'm going to be cautious. And I feel like I have to say, dude, don't let that happen to you, because it's happening because this is exactly what you've chosen. And they're giving you the wishes, if you will. And and you're almost like trying to prevent them from happening. So um, we just want.
So, do you feel like, I mean, like he's going to ask, I know he's going to ask because it has to do with the relationship. Do you feel like that maybe that energy is what's trying to prevent it from happening?
Around your relationship, is that what you said?
Oh, yeah, because you're not hearing me because then I just lost you too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Could that be from the relationship, that the energy in the relationship is trying to prevent it?
Yes. Yes. But it's all it's he's so much in his own head. Do you know what I mean? Like he's overthinking. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just letting things flow, it's almost like he wants to dissect everything. Does that make sense, Brian, to you?
He does dissect. Let me see. It says I have more comments below, and then it's not letting me look below, so I don't think that's true. I think it's lying to me. So he hasn't responded.
Okay.
He's just listening, I'm sure, and taking that in. I'll wait for him. Or, but go ahead and we'll see what he says, because I know that we have to look at everything. When I say the energy play, it is an energy play. All players are. It's like a chess game. That's why a lot of people say they feel like a pawn in this chess game,
Well,
because it is.
everybody that we invite into our circle or into our energy, we're carrying a bit of that with us everywhere we go. Every person, even if we just pass someone on the street, we're tapping into their energy. We're picking up that energy and dragging it with us. Can you
Or
imagine?
not if you know. Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Can
I know better. It's like, I learned a long time ago. No, I'm not taking that energy with me. But he's saying he does that now. He says he does that by nature. That's just who he is,
Hmm.
to question everything and like overthink.
Yeah, yeah. But Spirit's saying you no longer need to do that.
I just allow.
Hmm. Yeah, you no
Makes
longer
sense.
need to question everything, doubt everything. Um, I almost feel like you've done your time or you've put in your homework, and now the rest is supposed to be, how shall we say it, easy peasy, so to speak.
And it can be for everybody in every situation, no matter what we're going through, if we just take the time and realize that we're in our moment. Don't worry
Yeah,
about what happened, because, oh my God, can we bring up everything in our argument? Don't worry about what's going to come up, because, oh my God, why are you worried about something that hadn't even happened yet? Uh, be here right now. And just deal with it in the moment, and try and rationalize it, and common sense. I mean, people,
yeah,
we don't use that anymore. We can't even have a conversation anymore because we take everything so personal. And instead of looking at the bigger picture, it's all these little tiny. And what do they say? What have they been saying for years? Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all
hmm,
sweats. It's all small stuff.
hmm.
Don't sweat it. Just live it. Deal with it as it comes in the moment. That's all
Yeah.
we can
This is
do.
really about you trusting yourself, Brian. Trusting the decisions that you've made, or to trust your own intuitive connection.
And he just asked, and I'm reading as you're speaking, where do I stand spiritually moving forward? There you go.
That's totally up to you, babes.
What she just said. She said it before I even asked it, Brian. How do you like them apples?
Yeah, it's definitely up to you and what you choose. You can move forward in it just as quickly as you wish, or you can take your time just as slowly as you wish. It's up to you what your comfort zone is. And but Spirit's laughing and says Brian is one of those that takes nothing in stride. He wants it all or nothing. So he goes at always 110 miles an hour instead of the 55. That's the safe route to take.
No. Yeah, pretty much. We're all like that. Till we learn to just breathe, slow down,
Spirit says to tell
move
you
too
also,
fast.
Brian, that you are really right on track with where you need to be right now, and that you will know when it's time to take a turn.
Mm.
Don't know what that means, but yeah.
You drive a lot for your work, Brian. No, I'm just kidding. You just. He says, "Okay, thank you."
You're welcome, love. Now,
uh,
did Tamara have a question that she wanted to ask?
I don't know. I know she was the first one in the chat room, though, so I wanted to give her opportunity. I just had to connect with Eileen real quick, and that got it going. So, but I think she just unmuted. Hi, Tammy.
Hi. I'm
Hi,
just
baby.
trying to, hi. I'm trying to figure out more so for my daughter if she's on the correct path that she needs to be on right now as far as her education.
What's her first name?
Her first name's Megan.
Megan. Why do I get three times here? Has she shifted curriculum three times, or is this three times that she's registered? There's something about three times with her.
Well, this is her third school,
Okay, okay,
so maybe that's it.
that's it.
But she's going for a major that I keep trying to talk her out of
What's her
because it
major?
just, she's going for pre-med,
Why
but
do you doubt her in that?
I don't think she's taking it as seriously as she needs to. The grades aren't there for her to get into med school.
Into med school, right? Um,
So I don't want her to continue piling up all this money.
right, wasting time.
Right.
Um, here's the thing that I feel regarding that, sweetheart, is that I feel as though that this is a huge lesson for her. Okay, and this is about she's really poor. What's the word I want to use? Any student loan makes you poor. Let me tell you, I'm still paying off mine. But she has poor planning. Um, help me say this right. I'm asking them to tell me that again. Um, she's really not good at time planning. Do you understand?
Yes.
Um, she kind of Now there's a procrastinator for you right there. Um, but they're showing me that this is really about a huge lesson for her to grow through. But the beautiful thing is that there will be an instructor that will be able to totally get her attention and shake her up a little bit to make her turn her focus more toward what it is she really wants to do.
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to change her for that, but there's going to be a teacher that will.
Okay. Then we'll sit
You know,
back and wait.
isn't it ironic though that, we as parents who know our children best and they never listen to us, but let some stranger tell them something and they grasp it, get it, and off they go.
Right.
What is wrong with
Such
that
is
thinking?
life. I'm telling you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So the answer to that, Tamara, is she's exactly where she needs to be. Okay, for the opportunity for growth. And I will say this too. I'm not convinced that she won't make it to med school.
Well, that'd be wonderful if she
Wouldn't
does.
it?
Yes.
Yeah. She just has, for whatever reason, she's lost her focus. Okay, but there is an instructor, a professor that's going to really shake her up a little bit, wake her up, and that's the shift and the change that she is needing. So that's going to take place.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sweetie. What'd you get, Solana? Anything additional to that?
I tell her to go ahead and start working as a nurse practitioner. She'll see the money she's
Yeah.
making without the hours and may change her mind. And she could already do that right now with what she's got accredited, already accumulated, rather.
So
Okay.
far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And bless her heart, because oh my God, that's a calling. That's a calling.
Even
And
as a
so
nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant, right? Because those two,
same thing,
you know,
you know.
exactly,
Yeah.
uh,
But the
pays good
actually,
money.
the physician assistant has to have a doctorate. The nurse
That's right.
practitioner doesn't. She could be,
Mm,
yeah, doesn't have to have the same degree. So no,
that's
it's not
cool.
the, yeah. And the physician's assistant, guarantee you, works more hours than the
And the
nurse
physician does.
practitioner. Yeah, definitely more than the physician. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. That's what I kept getting now. I keep seeing, I kept getting nurse practitioner, nurse practitioner. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over here and try and talk in this other chat room, so Belle can do that, and I won't be interrupting my energy or hers. but but thank you, Tamara, for
Thank you.
coming in.
Yeah.
And then Pam over here in the other chat room has a question, and I tell you, there is a delay in the connections, though, Pam. Yes, from Google Hangout to our YouTube. But her question over here is, let me go back up here. What aspects of my life are going to get better? Which is a broad,
No
it's a broad
kidding.
question. Because
Which
I
ones
could
do you
tell you,
choose?
you know,
Which
yeah.
ones do you want to get better? And to me, this is all about organization, Pam. This is about organizing your priorities. You know, there's all aspects of our lives that could be better, that could get better. And so you want to choose where you want to put your focus at right now. And you're the type of person, you're just like me, Pam, to where um, just pull it all on my plate. I can handle it. I'll just take care of all of it right now. That's how you are, instead of portioning ourselves. I just put it right here. I can handle it. And because you just want to get it over with. But if you would slow down just a little bit and prioritize your area of where you're looking for improvement, it's going to flow and go much faster than putting it all on your plate and looking at it going, oh, where do I start? So you put it off.
And one of the other areas that they're just throwing out there for me, though, is relationship wise. So I don't know if you just started a new beau or you've been with one that you were just unsure of, but that's going to accelerate your relationship, you're on your personal level. So I know that there is quite a bit of a delay between the two here, so we're just going to have to wait for her to catch up. In the meantime, let's recite the. No, I'm just kidding. And then there's Sandy in the chat room. I'm not sure if she wanted to say anything.
Oh my word, where did that come from? All of a sudden I'm hearing, on my honor, I will do my duty to God and my country. What is that? What's that
Where you're
from?
reciting.
What is it?
That's
Is
from
that
the
the
Girl
Girl
Scouts or
Scouts
the
or something?
Boy Scouts.
Oh my Lord. I have nothing to do with the Girl Scout. No offense, but oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was 100 years ago. How do I know that? Who's got connections with the Girl Scouts, for goodness sakes?
Oh, I do. That's why I was like, let's recite, because you had to recite all kinds of stuff when you were in those groups. That's
Or
it was
maybe it's Spirit's
ridiculous.
telling me I need to get me some Girl Scout cookies.
Oh my God, they are out. Oh,
Uh,
I have some in my
uh,
freezer. Oh, yep, the Thin Mints. They're in my freezer.
wow.
Um, okay, so I guess she's still waiting to answer.
I really get that her first and hugest, is that a word, hugest?
Yeah, that is now.
Most,
It's a bell word.
her largest concern is around finances. And I almost want to say getting out of debt or reducing debt or something about debt around her. And I see where, there have been mistakes made in her past, in her youth, um, where she didn't take her finances very serious, but now she's reaching a point in her life to where this is very important to her. So there's something about finances and getting it on straight.
Right. Did you hear about the student relief program? Check it out.
Who?
Which is
Me?
no, Pam.
Oh,
Student debt relief program.
yeah, I'd like to hear about that. I told you I'm still paying for my
Um,
degree, my doctorate degree. I'm still paying on
you
that.
know, you should check it out.
Holy
You
smokes.
should really check it out because they're really like releasing a lot of the, especially the older stuff that's just grandfathered in, that just
Yeah.
keeps getting sold to company after company after company after company after company. It's just
And it
ridiculous.
starts all over again every time it does.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, you should look into that as well.
And it's called
All right.
Student Relief Debt Program.
Yes, student debt relief. Thank you, Eileen, for coming in.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, it is natural. That's what I tell everybody, especially students that come in. It's like we're not teaching you nothing, right? We're just reminding you.
Yeah,
It's
it's
in our
such a
natural
reminder
self. Yeah,
to your conscious mind.
exactly.
You're beautiful, Eileen, and I think the next time we talk, we're going to be hearing about new opportunities that are opening up for you in your life. So I'm looking for May around you, baby doll.
Right. All right. Well, I tell you what, May's going to be here quicker before you know it.
I know, right?
That's the way. I can't even believe we're in April. It's just crazy.
April magazine,
Um.
Bella Spring magazine, April issue is coming out tomorrow, come hell or high water.
Yay! I look forward to it.
Yeah, and it's the
And everyone
holiday
can go
month.
check
It always throws me off when
Yeah,
there's holiday month, and because I want to be with my family too, and
sure.
so that always throws me behind a day or two.
Right.
We had to do Easter bunny shopping.
Oh yeah.
We
Well,
had
and
to
just the taking
do
the time, the
the
cooking, the
Easter baskets and the family gatherings, and that took a good 2 or 3 days. So,
hmm
so well.
yeah. Well, that's okay. No wonders. I mean, no worries. Everybody's can wait for it, and
So they're going
they'll
to
just,
fire me?
you know, I'm afraid they're gonna have to complain to the complaint department at bell@esprit.com. Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's what my
And-
husband said to me. I was stressing over getting the magazine done, and he's like, "Honey," he goes, "You own the damn thing. What are they going to do? Fire you?" I said,
right.
"No, but they won't like me
No, but we
anymore."
expect it, and we have no expectations, people. It'll get there when it gets there, and you will love it.
Yes, as
So,
always.
and Pam's
Yeah.
not saying nothing back from what she heard. So, and Sandy hasn't spoke up. So I guess we should go ahead and wrap it up. Because of course we could go on, but we need people to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then she did answer, just saying, okay, I'll try to take a look. Oh, see, yes, it is a lot financial. So those student loans are an issue, and so, for so
It's
many.
fine.
That is one of the big things that I wish the presidential candidates would actually talk about. What are you going to do about our college problem?
Instead of tearing each other up, let's talk about the important issues.
You know, the actual
What really
issues. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't do that. They
But the
wanted.
important thing, I'm so sorry, Spirit's
No,
speaking, and I have to throw it out there, or
go
they're
ahead.
gonna, hit me over the head. The
Mm,
important thing is that, Pamela, is that you are making a change, you are making a difference, and that in that decision that you've made, and this has only been recently that you've done this, that now you've asked for help, and so now they're involved. So things are going to actually start to take place for you um, faster because of your trust and belief in them.
there you go.
So I hope that makes sense for her. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, babes.
No, no, no. It's okay. She says she feels crazy being pulled in 101 directions, especially emotionally. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, you're feeling what we all feel, and really, and like I said, this isn't an energy event that happens all the time. Of course, the more people that wake up, the bigger the boost might be.
Hmm.
So all I can say is get in touch, stay in tuned and balanced, and you will, just flow with these energy instead of trying to keep your head above water. You'll just flow right with that wave. No more riding, just flowing. Just flow.
Get off the surf, honey. Stop riding that surfboard.
Right? That's what I used to say. I'm riding the waves. I'm like, oh, screw that. It's like a bronco, what is it called? One of those bull riding machines. Yeah. I don't. No more
My
riding
son
the
wanted to
waves.
be a bull rider. I kept telling him, look, dude, I want to be a grandma someday, okay? So let's end this real quick.
Well, um,
7 grandbabies later, here we are.
yeah, right. Hey, you wanted your grandbabies. You got them.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool. And again, thank you, Belle, for doing the show with me and for coming on and just being you. I just love doing the show with you. Like I said, I wish I could come over there and give you a big hug.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you real quick, that was my son Brian that was asking the Brian that was in the
Ah,
room that was getting that low reading there. So
did it make
yeah,
sense to him what we said?
yeah, it did, it did.
Okay.
Yep. And so and hopefully it's okay that I just said that on the air.
Hi, Brian.
I'm like, oh, and I gotta scroll back up and see what he said about that. But thank you everyone for coming in the chat room. And again, we're going to be doing more reading shows, so you want to come over and follow us on Facebook, whether you follow Miss Belle through Bella Spree or Belle Salisbury or myself. You can follow my Solana fan page now. Because I'm going to be taking my personal page back. I think it's, I'm like, I can't even express myself on my personal page because people I don't even know attack me. And so,
Time to get over it.
well, no, just delete them. Bye bye. I'm gonna, so I went ahead and opened up the Solana's fan page again. So those that want to, stalk me can do it through that instead of my personal page. But you can find us over there at Paranormal Psychic Network, so that you can get the links that are for the live Google Hangout. That you can come in and be here for the live chat. We will try and watch the YouTube chat though if you can't make it in. So be sure to come back next Wednesday, and of course tomorrow for Miss Chris, the Many Faces of Chris. She's going to be doing her makeup show, and then Friday night sound off with myself, and back on Sunday with Common Chat. So we will see you all next time. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate you all. I just read both in the chat room. We really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out and
Yeah.
lending your energy with us. So
Thank you, guys.
all right. Stopping.